Sheesh, I'll tell you what, people. We've been having a day. Welcome back to the channel. Old School RuneScape Day 35. We left off on the previous stream with a little bit of Slayer. I'm kind of feeling like we're questing today, boys. I'm not going to lie. Kind of feeling like questing. I know we definitely need to be working on some RFD, so we might be taking a quick look. I think that might be what we're focusing on here. We pull up the wiki. Recipe for disaster. We need to go ahead and go for them Barrows gloves. We're not going to be doing it right now, but we are going to be doing it sooner or later. The cooking, we can get that taken care of. Let's see, completion or partial completion stage quests of the following quests, but they're not in order. So we have a few to go. Big Chompy Bird Hunting, Shadow of the Storm, Starts Legend Quests, Family Crest, Heroes Quests, Shiloh Village. Let's see if anything pops up here on the... What pops up in the order. If we see any. Big Chompy Bird Hunting actually is there. So maybe this is actually going down the path we need. All right. Well, in that case, let's get ourselves over to Varrock, and let's go questing today. What do you say? Oh, we should probably start with some birdhouse. At least do the birdhouse runs. At least do some birdhouse runs. So let's go get our happy ass over there. Oh, there's a bank right here. We'll do those runs, and then we'll start it up. The general plan. I don't know, man. I gotta tell you, I just ended up watching the season finale of Landman, and I'm freaking fired up right now. Freaking love that show. So good. So good. Okay, so let's see. Why is the Ring of Wealth in here? Why would I possibly need a Ring of Wealth? All right, so we're just gonna do this. Take that. We get 5 of these. 1 and 1. I feel like there's something I'm missing. Maybe we should also do tree runs. Nah. We should add this stuff. Let's add it all to bird runs. Let's see. Enable layouts. That's fine. I'll fix this later. Oh, do not need all of those boots. Just give me 1. Actually, I don't need any of it because it might as well just stay in what I'm wearing because we're gonna go questing after this. So, on our way to Fossil Island. Howdy, El Jefe. First one in the chat today. How you doing? Sorry you missed the last night. You watched some of the replay to catch up. Awesome, man. Thank you for that. Yeah, last night was kind of fun. So we did a little bit of Slayer. We got a random surprise by Shrek. Shrek decided to come and join us for a little bit of the adventure there. One nut dude coming in with some massive cannonball GP, which I've yet to put to work, but now I'm just barely starting to realize how much money that using that cannon is gonna cost. But it's good now. I mean, like I said, now that we're learning and figuring out what it's gonna take for Slayer, really we've gotten our feet wet in almost every category now. Rune crafting is the only one, right? We're down to level 28 in rune crafting. So that's one thing to do. I need to... Did your internet stuff get all sorted out? I hope so, man. Yesterday was kind of a weird situation because first off, the internet was not supposed to be working. And for some weird reason, over the course of 72 hours, it just magically decided to turn back on. Did I just miss that birdhouse over here? Yeah, just magically decided to turn on. And then on top of that, I didn't really fix my power issues. My breaker was flipping because I was running too much power into one side of one wall, and I haven't really fixed that like I should. I guess this actually might be a fix that I just didn't expect it to be because I am technically connected to another wall, but I was still expecting if we lose power, all of a sudden we know what's up, and I need to fix that. Maybe I should have fixed that right now, but I just did not. I just sat down and logged on in, So, my gut is saying that I missed a birdhouse, but I think I had 100 seeds, so down to 60s should be 40 seeds. I think I did it right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I brought an extra log by accident. Damn, glad it's all working. Yeah, I mean, it's working right now. It worked yesterday, so I'm not going to complain. We're not going to jinx it. We're just going to run with it, But I promise, if something does happen, I will get it fixed. So, now on to questing, right? That's the general goal, is questing right now. We're not wearing chaps. Why are we not wearing chaps? Oh, that's an extra chaps that I have. Let's take a quick look at my loadout. Yeah, we got that. Ring of Wealth. Okay, so we just pretty much need to take a look at the quest that we got to do. No enemies to defeat, so we don't really need to worry about that. Just get our happy ass over to Varrock. I think today's a questing day. That's what it feels like. That's what it's feeling like to me, if you know what I mean. We are gonna need those, and we're gonna need all of our teleport shit. I don't think I need the staff, actually. I don't think I need the fire staff. The twin flame staff. I think this should give me all the teleports. Yeah. I was just bringing it before, but I just need the Draymond staff, and now we're good to go. If you look at the time tracker... Oh, yeah, you're right. Good call. Good call on the time tracker plugin. Yeah, all of them have been done. Good shit. Dude, that's the little stuff that like just makes life better. That's like a quality of life improvement, just having that little bit of knowledge there. I was just going to let it go and be like, well, I either did it or I didn't, and I'll find out tomorrow. But no, good shit. Yeah, you click the button and you're good to go and you give me some knowledge. Questing away, won't regret it. RFD completed. Yeah, RFD's coming, man. I don't know how soon you jumped in, but I pulled up the RFD requirements. No, I don't think I meant to. Okay, good. Let me see. Pull up the wiki here. Let's do a little RFD. I never asked, but this should be legible on your screen. I am streaming in 1080p, so it should be fine. Yeah, look, thieving, no issue. Fishing, no issue. Mining, not going to be an issue. I got to spend a little bit of time to get them done. The cooking is what I need to... I need to buy the fish and AFK cook during the day, which maybe I'm going to... Let's just go ahead and look at that now. Maybe I buy the fish. I want to just figure out what's. I mean, maybe it's not going to be fish to cook. Is there? Let's see. Article created. This is a calculator. Training skill guys for members. And I want to just make sure whatever I do is profitable. And what's my cooking at right now? Cooking's at 50. So I just need to get 20 levels on it, and it's boostable. So I'm at 50. I could do fish pies. I could do lobsters. Looks like that was the basic one. Potential profit. Not too bad, I guess. Profit per XP. I just don't want to lose money on it, you know? Those are quests. I could do some cooking quests, actually. That might actually be good. Lobsters is where I left off on. What's the XP for fish pies? 164, but I don't think fish pies is like efficient. 120 for lobsters, and you can hold more lobsters. Yeah, it's gonna be lobsters. It's gonna be lobsters. Okay, cool. Cool. I can buy lobsters at any time. For now, we're just gonna buy these requirements here. Let's see. We need 500 coins, no biggie. We need barley malt. Barley malt. I was gonna ask, have you ever gotten some very kind donations? It's been a while, man. It's been a while since I started streaming. When I started streaming years ago, yeah, I did, but not quite yet. We're still building up the community and the watch. You know, 70 prayer too. Prayer's pretty fast, right? Just doing it at the altar. I guess that's why I hadn't worried about it. I do need to get it done. A bucket of water. We need what? We need 2. I have this in the bank already. I need just give me another seed dibber, I guess, so I don't have to go to a leprechaun. Very fast but expensive. Well, we're good right now on the money. We need a kebab. At least I think we're good on the money. You know what happens when you actually put it to work? It's another issue, right? 3 beers. One dwarven stout, which sounds delicious right now if you tell me. Dwarven stout, we only need 1 of them. Alright. Depends how much time you want to do it. But Temperos will give you tons of fish as rewards. You could use to train cooking. That's true. That's a good call. I could definitely do that. And anyway, I would love to go for the what's the uniques? There's a couple uniques that are pretty useful. I forget which one the Temperos unique is. I know that there's one that I've been wanting to get. Okay, how much are these guys really going to ask for? Here we go. Not even 2 something? Okay, if I make you an offer so ridiculous you wouldn't refuse. Okay, there it is. Another thought is doing karams. Yeah, but I don't know what level those are at. Let's see. Is it net fishing? I doubt it's net. It's probably... Is it rod? Harpoon? Aerial? Cage? Deep... I want to do this one, man. This is the one I want to do. The deep sea trawling. Since my karams are... Where are they? Here they are. 65. 65. I'm at 48. 48. Quitting party, 30 billion. Uh-huh. The fish barrel. The fish barrel from Temperos' Elite. That's the one. That's the one. I like the sound of that. All right, so we got the Varrock. I guess we gotta just do this. Take this here. 1, 2. Give me a rake. Give me the glass. 2, 3 beers. Why does it say 2 beers here? Because I was only 2 in my inventory. And then 500 gold. Let's take 15 in case we need to buy something. Looks like we got everything we need. There's no combat. Grand exchange teleport. Grand exchange teleport to access the minecart from there. A random item from a player. I guess I'm gonna get a random item somewhere on this journey. I'd even run it with you. Hell yeah, man! Count me in. Eventually, 1 to 2 nights. 2 nights of temp would be easy to get 65 fishing. Yeah, man, count me in. Hell, I'm even down to do some Temperos at the end of this stream. You know, probably got about 2 hours here. So maybe 1 or 2 quests. We head over to Temperos. I'm down for that, El Jefe. Jefe, tell me what's going on, brother. Tell me what's going on. How's your day? What have you been up to? Grinding hard, hardly grinding. Kicking some ass, taking some names. I tell you, brother. I tell you. Where are we at? Oh, I should have brought a stamina. There's a bank here, right? It's on the other side, I think. We'll go get some stamina pots. Yeah, there it is. What is the name of this place? Keldagrim. I thought I had my glasses on. I'm trying to readjust my glasses. What the hell? That's why I haven't worn contacts in forever. Thank you, Jesus. We got them back though. Okay. What was I just gonna get? I was just gonna. Oh yeah, we don't need that no more. I'll just give me a couple of the stamina pots. Take 3, I guess. All right. Here's the quest giver. Let's get this thing done. Hell yeah, you're okay with it? Let me know what I'm thinking. All right, for sure. I'll definitely let you know. I'm not exactly sure how long any of these quests are going to be taking, but you know, we're going to be space barring our way through. I'm trying to get as much done as possible, so definitely down for some Temperos. That's what I want. That pet, man. That pet looks sick. That pet looks like man, what's I already forgetting the name of the character from Dota. The Morphling from Dota. Hell yeah. Ooh, little cutscene. Talk to the drunken dwarf in Caldegrim. Aren't they all drunk? Aren't all dwarves drunk 24/7? One nut dudes in the house. We are in the middle of the Rise of the Red Axe, Part 2. Great advice. Do as many quests as possible as they give you as much free XP and you'll have to do them at some point anyways. I want that quest cape, baby. I want that quest cape. A little while away, but I want it. I want it. Oh, it's there, buddy. It's there. I do like the cycling. Do you know? Today I want to be able to feel the completionist type of, you know, mentality. We're giving him a beer. Do I just talk to him to give him a beer? There it is. 1 beer down. Is he gonna drink a second one? Bum, bum, bum. Talk to Rowdy Dwarf roaming in the east. Let's see. Yeah, he's somewhere here. We're talking to all the drunken Rowdy Dwarf. More beer. You're welcome, sir. Take it away. Take it away. I'm officially starting the Strike Team bar. Okay, wait a minute. Why didn't he just... Then give him the items he requests. Oh, shoot. I should read what he needs. What did I get in return? I got a seed. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm going too fast. This is the random item. Oh, yes. A bucket of camel poo? Wait a minute. I have camel poo. I never thought I'd be saying that out loud. I have camel poo in the inventory. I picked it up because it gave me a recommendation to get a few extras. But where's this bank again? Wait. How did I get to this side of the map? Dude, I don't even, wow, I kind of just blacked out. I guess I was talking with you guys. I don't even remember crossing the bridge to come back. There's a spot in the wiki that separates the quest by XP earned in each skill so that you can just see all the quests that give you XP. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I even think they did it here, right? It's like this where I can look at quest XP stuff. I think that's pretty cool. I guess I've been kind of. Oh wait, where's my pop that stamina, baby? Let's go. Where's that camel poo? Will it appear here? I don't even know what it's called. Is it a bucket? It's a bucket, right? It's a bucket of dung. What would it be called? Poop? Literally poop? I know I picked him up. I must have put it in the quest item stuff. I don't see it. Oh, wait. It was when I got these items, wasn't it? No, maybe it's here. Small pouch. These are all uniques. I wouldn't have put it in the unique stuff. That's wilderness stuff. I would have put it here. Maybe I left it in the general tab. Maybe I sold it not knowing what it was. I doubt it. Search dung. Dung is a good one. There it is. I typed in bucket. Oh, because it's not a bucket full of. Okay, there it is. Is this what he wants? I think this might be what he wants. Dung. Good call. So he literally just picked a random item out of nowhere and that's what you had to get? How much does this even cost? You can't buy it. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Because then you have to literally go, well, you know, the other times that I've done quests where they requested like random items, they weren't tradable. Like the one I'm thinking of is that red vine worms, the red vine worms. You couldn't buy them directly, but it was one of the quests that was random. Let's see. Look, I've got it here. Yes. Thank you. How about that seed? Okay, we got the seed. Now we're talking. Where are we going? Talk to Okay, here he is right here. I don't even need to read it. Get a ticket for the White Wolf Mountain. You need a ticket to get in there? Wait, isn't the White Wolf Mountain where you kill the Ice Queen to get those ice gloves? All right. We have the Dwarven Stout. I don't remember. It's going to up my mining and smithing. But I think we're giving it. We're not using it. Oh. Oh, interesting. I was expecting to teleport over there and go into the cave, but no, I'm just taking the train because I bought a ticket. So we're in the cave right now? Is this where the queen is? Blue dragons. Wait a minute, I know this cave. Ice Queen's lair. Yes, this is. Maybe I should go kill her and get those ice gloves. I hope they do a continuation of the Dwarven questline soon. I mean, we're going to be getting some massive updates soon, right? Who's this? The old mysterious man? Maybe I should talk to him first before. Okay, yeah, let's go talk to him real quick and give this other guy a beer. What are you giving me, man? Oh, seriously, you gave me a kebab? All right. Let's talk to the conductor. Talk to him. Get a ticket to travel back. Why not? Oh, Learn is in the house now. I didn't even notice that was Learn coming in. What up? There's bigger priorities for questline, so I doubt it. It's possible. It's possible. When you say priorities, like, what do you mean? Like places that like have missing holes, like plot holes, or stuff that they've always said they were going to do that just has never released? I saw somebody post some video that started to go get hot. I mean, I'm sure you know all these creators' names, but they're new to me. Someone did a like Dead Man video right now, and I'm like, ooh, like I want to watch that. I need to learn about some Dead Man. No. But you know who I have been watching? I've been watching. Is it No Monkey or No Monkey? Let me see. Well, I don't have it up. Let's give this beer. He did this video about, I think it was about gold sailing and gold or botting or the RuneScape economy or something. And I had really strong opinions. but I figured I wouldn't. I wanted to watch the video kind of on stream when I was doing some like bullshit and just talk about it with you guys when I'm doing like not so interesting content. Not that you get my point. When we're doing boring content. Okay, we gotta talk to one more person. And definitely go through it. Vampire line is coming. Oh yeah, I heard about that with the vampires. I'm just trying to get my sailing up in hopes that, like, you know, I just would feel good knowing that if I do get my sailing up and some sailing stuff just happens to come, you know, I'll be happy that as a new player I get to experience like with the community at the same time. No monkey, pretty knowledgeable on the PVM side, but very opinionated. Yeah, what did I do? I have to grow a seed. I didn't bring compost. Wait for, this takes 15 to 20 minutes. Should I compost it? Just to be safe? I don't want it to die and then have to do this all over again. Let's see. I saw that I had it here and it wasn't with the gnome. Let's go compost it. Why the hell not, right? Stamina's about to run out. That's fine. This patch is very rich. It doesn't need compost. Nice. Smart move, Jagex. I would hate to wait 15 to 20 minutes and then not do that. Okay, so if we're doing this for 15 to 20 minutes, I mean, I guess I should go do a couple tree runs then? I mean, I don't even know what I need to do for tree runs, but let's see, trees. I'm level 51. It's mahogany trees now. Oh, no. Wait, what am I doing? That's wood cutting. What am I doing? 48. 48 for trees is maple trees. Fruit trees are pineapple. No. Curry. Probably just regular. I also have access to the Farmers Guild now because I'm 48, but I've never been there, so I've been putting off going there. I could do the Tide Farm and just get some points, I guess. Let's get some maple trees. Let's do some of that. You're really excited for what they're doing lore-wise with sailing? Hell yeah, man. That makes me excited. So, okay, where's that timer one? Okay, that one's that. Where's trees? Is this trees? Oh, I planted some over here. I had totally forgotten. Falador, Arborn, Farming Guild, Varrock, Taverley, Lumbridge. Okay, so for trees, let's go one more time. What do I need for if I do regular trees? Maple trees and then oranges. So don't need those. Probably don't need the kebab. I'll keep everything else on me, but then I need maple trees. I don't think I have any maple. Oh no. So let's buy some saplings. Maple. Is it maple saplings? Okay, what? Give me like 20? Maybe 20 is pushing it. I might be a higher level than that by the time I get. Let's just do 10. Okay, give me 10. And then I'm paying in oranges, right? Orange. Is it a basket of oranges? Yeah, 5. And I think you pay 1 per, so give me 10. And they can be noted, I believe, but I don't think the saplings can be noted. So let's do this. That should be fine. Okay, so there's one here in Falador. Let's go, or in Varrock. Let's hit this up. Yeah, for no monkey. I mean, look, I barely started watching the content, but I think he did a very well of. He was very well spoken, which I like. I need if you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna go down that like intellectual rabbit hole, I need the person to be well spoken. You know, what am I doing? Am I raking the tree? Some of your payment has been taken from your bank. Some of your payment has been taken from the bank. What did I pay? Okay, I do this. Need a spade. Need a spade. Oh my god. Sure, the weeds are gonna come back. Alright, here we go. And then I don't have the super compost with me, but I don't think it really matters if you pay him. I don't think it matters if you super compost it. But let me go get it so I can put it in the gnome anyway. Maybe I do super compost it. One of my trees did die, and I paid. But then again, I also super composted or ultra composted. So I don't know exactly know what that means. Oh, we have I was like, why is this music playing? This doesn't make any sense. But it's because I have random on. Yo, Ryan Johnson's in the house. Dude, I'm telling you guys, all you guys on YouTube are the YouTube OSRS community is strong. How you doing, Ryan? You been chilling? You been doing good? Don't tell me you went to the wilderness and lost all your shit. I don't want to hear this right now, okay? We're having a good mood stream today, okay? Having a good mood stream. As a matter of fact, I think all right. I think we're doing good. All right, that one's taken care of. On our way to Lumbee. Let's go rake up this patch. Keep it going. Oh yeah, let's switch up the music. I don't want to hear some battle music when I'm in the middle of farming right now. You're worrying me. I'm not doing whatever that farming boss is. We'll get there sooner or later, but I don't know if that's going to be right now. Is this just... Okay, so put the sapling, compost it, pay the lady. Yes. Okay, I want to know, does this timer show I paid, but it maple protected and ultra composted. Okay, cool. So we're good there. So Gnome Stronghold, Farming Guild, Falador's next. Falador, and then these are for regular trees. And what are hardwood trees, wedroot trees, and spirit trees? Taverley? I think Taverley's the city right next door, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, Taverley's right next door. You can use a fairy ring to Auburnville? Jesus. Okay, well, can't do that. Rake that up again, please. Talk about one tick lucky. All right. Pay Hexel. All right, we'll walk our ass over here to Tavernley. And then you said fairy ring over there. So Tavernley, Gnome Stronghold is a spirit tree, right? Spirit tree to get there. Farming Guild is the games necklace? No. Skills necklace, right? Never gotten taken out to the wildy. Maybe doing a clue once in a while. But I'm good, man. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. We had a wildy journey the other day. It's been a little while. It's been a couple streams. We killed a boss a couple times in the wildy. Went to the Rev Caves for the first time. We went to some altar. We went to the agility course. You know, pretty much they were just showing me around. And we got PK'd, of course. We got PK'd by some clan that supposedly is like a shitty clan or something. Nos or something like that. I don't know what the name. I don't remember. I don't know what their name is. Let's see. Play this. Okay, that one's done. Farming Guild, Gnome Stronghold. So Gnome Stronghold, we can. Oh, you know what? We don't have our Artie cape. We'll just go to Varrock and go to the Grand Exchange Tree. Don't know if that's the closest one with my mage teleports, but all right. Rots, yeah, rots, mint cake. Those assholes. I don't even know anything about them. All I know is that when I got killed, someone, Poke was just like, yeah, nobody likes them. And I was like, okay, duly noted. Nobody likes them. Fair. All right, so this went to Gnome Stronghold. Oh, you know what? I should get that skills necklace while I'm here. Let's see. Games necklace. Skills necklace is purple. Skills necklace. That'll be Farming Guild. And then I should have gotten the Artie cape too. Damn it. Get that. Where's that Artie cape at? All right. Now we're feeling good. All right. So this is Gnome Stronghold, right? Gnome Stronghold. All right. And where the hell is this? The tree patch? That's wheat. Tree patch. I don't see it. Oh, it's behind the tree. I see it now. I see it now. Yeah, guys. Do me a favor if y'all are tuning into the stream, hit the like button, please. Give me a little help. Growing the community one day at a time. Bunch of you have been coming back and supporting for multiple days, so shout outs to you all. As soon as you know, like I was just saying right now, I was watching the episode of Landman. Why didn't it? Oh, this is a fruit tree. This is a fruit tree. I can't do it here unless there's another farming patch here somewhere. Maybe this one is what the one it meant. Let's try that. Yeah, I think it's probably this one. Yeah, tree patch. Well, now I know I could bring a fruit tree over here. Yeah, I was watching Landman, no spoilers, but at the very end of it, there's just a really good line where he's like, the guy's like making a business proposition and he gets turned down. He's like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I just need to know. And he goes, what do you need to know? He's like, I need to know whether I have one home run left in me. And I was like, oh shit, that's a good line. So I'm like, what the hell's my home run? I guess this year right now it's going to be focusing on the health, you know, keeping up with that, get that fixed. We hit the gym. We've been working out. We've been eating right. Been super low energy, guys. I ate salads, sushis, what do you call it? Grilled chicken, you know, cutting carbs, working on the cholesterol, all that stuff. But so I guess that's my home run. If I can see if I can hit that this year, that'd be awesome. But another home run is really to see how far we can really push this channel. Honestly, push the ideas of like a gaming guild with Under Strike Team Games. Like that's been something I've been like daydreaming about for years, and like I've already started the streaming. I've got the streaming bug going. I haven't streamed this much since when things were really hot years ago. I guess we're going to the farming guild. Let's leave that last. Auburn Vale. Let's take a look. Yeah, man. So we're gonna go on quite a ride here, and we're starting it off with the RuneScape community because I heard this is one of the best places in all of gaming in terms of community. Oh, you know what? I probably don't have a fairy ring over here. Quetzal, that I need to do the quest for that. Oh, here it is. AIS. On our way over there. So major shout outs to you guys. Let's see. AIS. Almost there. Auburn Valley. Ooh, first time I've ever been here before. I guess not. I would have unlocked some music, right, if I did? Where's that tree patch? It's got to be somewhere here. Are these redwood trees? Where's that tree patch? Is this it? Farming patch? Belladonna? Farming patch trees. Oh, maybe I should have gone this way. Unless I can go rocks 41. My agility's higher than that. Let's try it. What are these guys? Oh yeah, okay, I can hit the rocks. And then I can hit the fairy patch over there. Actually, how do I get in here? Let's see if I just click it. Oh, I can go through this wall. There we go. God dang. I know everyone shits on agility, but I freaking love agility, man. They need to put some more of these. They need to put some more of these shortcuts in the game, though, for sure. Granted, I'm just an agility fiend. I like agility in L games. I want rogue speed. Like if I'm building my character out, I want rogue level speed and accuracy and cunning. Maybe mixed in with a little bit of magic, very little, you know, on the low mage side. That would be my character. My generalized character for a game. Oh, I have to pay someone, right? Let's see, pay this one. Should do some tide farm so you don't need to rake the reeds. What do I get that would make me not get the weeds? I do want to do the farm. That was something I was thinking I would be doing while we were watching a YouTube video. Okay, this is the first time I'm going to the woodcutting guild. 50 points for auto weed? Oh, that's nothing. 50 points is low, right? That's easy? So do I just walk in? Is this the farming guild? I just walk on in? This isn't the farming guild, is it? No, wait, what did I do? I went to the farming guild. No. I went to the woodcutting guild. I clicked the wrong one. I was like, this doesn't look like the farming guild. There it is. That looks right. Herb patch, tree patch. So is there just one tree patch? Let me take a quick look at this map. Let's see. Bush flower, allotment. So there's one of each, right? Cactus, spirit tree. Yeah, so there's one of each. Sick mode. Yeah, less than an hour for auto weed. I like it. Whoa, what happened? It won't let me go in unless I'm 65. I'm already in the guild, bro. I'm already a member, bro. What are you doing? All right, well, no farming guild then. For trees at least. All right, I guess. Do you think that was probably already the time that we need, right? That was probably already 15 minutes for that other one to grow. I kind of feel like auto weed is not that big of an issue because like, wouldn't I just like when I harvest a tree, just drop another seed, drop another plant again and go? Blue face, blue smiley. Okay, I'm not cool enough. You guys are on the other side of that farming guild watching me try to get in, and they're like, I'm sorry, son. You have not yet met all of our requirements. It's gonna take a little bit of time. I forgot to drop off the. Let me go leave the ultra compost with. Nah, fuck it. I'm not going. I'm not walking over there. Let's go. Let's keep it going. We don't need the skills game necklace. I think we still have everything we need. We don't need that. Let's check out the quest really quick. Beers we already gave. I think we have everything we need. I didn't deposit anything extra. Tree patches gold level member only. You guys are there with your farming members jackets. You know, walking around all cool ass, and I'm just like, hey, I'm the new kid on the block. You guys never seen me before. This is first time, but you'll be seeing me here very soon. The weeds have a habit of popping up in that 1 second. Yeah, that one tick, you know, they do it on purpose. You know they do. They set that up just to mess with you. There's some Jagex developer right now laughing in the background, being like, yeah, that was me. Yeah, okay, but 50 for auto weed is no big deal. Yeah, 1 hour of that farm is not bad. I'll do like I said, I should have planned that for tonight actually, because I really liked that video from No Monkey talking about the economy, and I wanted to just share my thoughts. Yeah, it finished already. But I don't want to do this off the cuff midstream. I want to like prep for it, you know? Because we will be given some hot ass takes. Okay, we did that. Go upstairs to the east, in the east pub. Okay, we're heading upstairs over there to the pub. Learn was showing us some pretty nice spots for Slayer cannonballing yesterday. I actually think we left off on the 5th task to get some bonus Slayer points over there. Actually, Sarah would be another good one to do while I have a video up. What are we doing? We're pick up the pot in the brewing room. All right, no worries. Yeah, we're definitely making some beer here. Buy yeast, no problem. I only want your finest yeast. 25 GP. You run a hard bargain, but it's worth. Add 2 buckets. Do I have to talk to him anymore? Probably not. Let's go. There's 1 bucket of water. Oh, 2. It did it both at the same time. Add the barley. Ooh, bro, look at this. Oh, we're gonna make some oh, no, I can't have beer anymore. Damn it, I can't have beer anymore, guys. I can drink my green smoothie, kale. Blah. Actually, it's not that bad. My wife's been making me this like kale, spinach. Oh God, we have to wait 15 minutes. Okay, I now I see what this quest is. Okay, well now that we don't need it, so now what do? Making some bathtub beer? Hell yeah. All right, so then what's the task to do now? Back to farming again and go plant herbs, I guess. Let's go plant herbs. Oh, I could have just taken the minecart. Well, I should complete diaries. That needs to be another day too, where I'm just completing only diary stuff. Because I want that Varrock teleport over here. Actually, I don't think I can earn it yet. But I guess that means I'm going to have to do rune crafting for some of these diaries, huh? I think that is going to be the case. You know what? I should have done this in the first place. I should have brought out the little bit of graceful that I have and just worn this, especially when I know I'm not going to be fighting anybody. Okay, so what am I doing here? We're planting herbs. I guess let's see what seeds we got available. Limp. Okay, well, actually, should I only do herbs or should I do... Or go over to that farm. Maybe I go to that farm right now. If I go over to the farm, do I need inventory space? I think I do. But I don't need that many. I guess we go to the farm. Okay, because you guys were recommending it anyway. So we don't need those buckets anymore. We probably don't even... let's deposit this. The farm is... I know there's a fairy ring over there. I just don't remember the city it's in. It's where I did that pickpocketing. Not Erdoin. It's more over here, right? Here it is. Yeah, here it is. It's AKR. AKR. Yeah, I was stealing from those fruit stands or whatever to get some rogue AKR. Bathtub beer, baby. Isn't that the best? No, but I'm telling you guys, man, I'm gonna have some massive weight gain. Weight loss. If we have weight gain, we're going the wrong direction, man. Oh man, I guess I might not have enough stamina for this. Let's see. I'm already out of stamina. So to do this, I need level 34. I'm not 54 yet, right? Can I do 54? No, I'm 48. So I think it was 100. If I do 100 of these, I get some points. Okay, we're doing that. And then we need watering cans. But where do we get the watering cans from? Man, this is the second time I've done this game and I already forgot. Do I get the watering cans inside? I think if I go inside, a gnome's there, right? What's this? A fertilizer? Okay, there is a gnome. Watering cans, but I only have one. Am I supposed to bring him with me? Empty buckets? I think I am supposed to bring him with me. All right, whatever. We'll go to the bank. I've got some watering cans. Yes, bring him with you? Okay. Where's that bank at? It's over here, right? The chat is recommending for some watering. And the chat is recommending to get the auto weed whatnot. And if we get enough points here, we might do that. Well, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. It's probably way more than I need, but whatevs. If I use a watering can on the fountain, does it fill up all the watering cans, or do I have to click them one by one? Let's see. Yeah, it'll fill them all up. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, well then maybe I do pull up the video and just say fuck it, because I wanted to have my thoughts. Oh, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. Let's see, let's see. I posted it in the Discord for sure. Oh, Poke sent me a message. All is good. I am back. Okay, where's we see? Let's see. What did I post in here? RWT crackdown. Jagex finally cracking down. Jagex finally cracking down on RWT, real money trading. Let me make sure I got the audio levels good here. You're just gonna be listening to the audio while we play, because
YouTube, a bang, a bang, a bang, a GM. So, all right, can we?
That's too loud. That's too loud.
Yeah, focus. Yeah, there we go. Let it be known, we are extremely close to 100K subs. Bit on botting. Up tier moneymakers like Next, Top, like everything else is better than it now. We saw Oathplate.
The graphics are so different. I know.
Which we'll talk about. But Oathplate hit an all-time low of about 60 mil per piece. It's actually back up to 85 mil.
The hell's
Oathplate? A bunch of
Oathplate?
items were down and have started actually coming back up. And the only logical explanation for this is they have been extremely heavily botted. If you go to any of these places, you can see people running in constantly, like hordes and hordes of bots. But Jagex has actually been cracking down quite a bit on botting, and they had some kind of major ban wave at the end of August, and things have started to come back up. It's actually really good to see. I'm really, it's a big concern whenever we're having these big player counts and the game is popping off. Like, that's awesome. But with it comes a lot of people looking to capitalize on those players, like looking to sell GP to them. So anytime the game has a big uptick in player count, it also has a big uptick in botting. And we actually see this like way back in 2007. This was kind of the same thing. Bots were getting completely out of control, and they decided to hit the nuclear option of removing free trade and the wilderness to completely prevent botting from being possible, like completely preventing real world trade. So obviously that's horrible. I don't want that to happen again, and I don't want Jagex's hand to be forced to make a decision like this. It's good to see them firing back and trying to tackle some of this potentially. So let's take a look at the blog post. It's about a message about real-world trading. So they say a disappointing number of players have sought unfair advantages by applying in-game gold directly off of.
Okay, before he gets into the good part, so a couple things here just already from the beginning. I probably am not doing this right, but so I did hear about obviously all the history with RuneScape and botting and gold selling gold and Venezuelan gold farms and all of that. I have heard that history. I've heard, I know where it's coming from back in the day. I was, 2007, I was still doing Pro Halo. So like that was fun. But, it definitely crossed the chasm and made news everywhere. Let me see. Can I actually turn this audio off without messing up my game? Hold on. Okay. So, couple things here. The first thing off is that like I know everyone and their mom goes back to like thinking about the old times, because like those times were so big. They made such a big impact on like gaming as a whole. Like every gaming community was talking about RuneScape gold farming and all of that back in the day. That was a thing. But like so many years have passed that it's really hard for me to just believe that like all the same things that were causing, players to do botting or sell gold for real world value back in the day. I just don't believe that that it's the same anymore. Like so much time has passed. People have evolved. New players have come. New players have gone. New botting schemes. New everything. Just too much time has passed. So it's like, by default, going back and assuming what happened in the past, in my opinion, I just think it has to be wrong. It has to be wrong. But I mean, it is a history about where we're coming from. So I guess it is important to consider that, I guess.
Illicit sellers. This is called real-world trading, and the game's rules expressly forbid it. Real-world trading means buying or selling in the real world for real money in exchange for anything of value, things that relate to Jack's accounts, which now includes names and services, which they mention in a second. But items, names, services, buying that with real money. This rule breaking doesn't just affect the players who's buying the gold, it creates a financial incentive for people who don't care about the game to flood it with bots and throwaway accounts to gather gold to sell. So when legitimate players gather items to sell in the GE, they'll earn less, which is what we just said. Like, yeah, when Oathplate was 60 mil, like good luck potting Yama. It's just not worth it when items are that low. It genuinely hurts the game, like economically, a lot when bots are being flooded into the game. They'll earn less because the market's affected by botted resources, and playing alongside all the highly visible bots is infuriating. They also just make it impossible to find worlds for stuff, like good luck finding a God Wars world, that kind of thing. Like, it's just impossible. Vires are just overloaded. There's like 10 people in every Vire world, so it makes it impossible to get anywhere. Our hardworking anti-cheat staff are being aided by analysts and other staff across Dragus to help them clamp down on the bots. That's addressing the supply side, but we need to address the demand side too. So this actually is noticeable just in the graphs on the prices. Like, you can see they definitely did something here. So
I don't have a spade.
They're not capping.
Son of a mother. I don't have a spade. How can I buy a spade? I don't have a spade. How do I do this? I have to walk out and I don't get any XP, right? Because I can't. Oh, wait. There's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be something in the crates, right? Nothing in the crate. There's got to be something, right? Someone help me out here. Oh no, Learn says, oh no. Oh no, I don't have a spade. I have a rake. Can't I fashion the rake into it? No. Okay, so I'm screwed, right? I got to leave. This is the way to harvest 25 fruits every run. Might be worth a look. I saw that. I saw how to do it, but I haven't yet done that yet. Shit. So, okay, I got to leave, right? I think I do got to leave. I just left. It just happened. Frustrating. But anyway, so apparently this video came out like a month ago. Maybe a month ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, where I think this news started hitting about the banning of more bots, and then obviously now Jagex taking it a little more seriously by banning players that are interacting, the gold buyers, not just the gold sellers. So one of my issues here is that I think it's obvious for people to say that this has a major impact on the economy. Like, that's clear. There's obviously going to be an impact. The problem, I don't even have a shovel in my inventory. Are you joking? The problem, yes, I do. The problem is that people assume that the botting and the real world money trading is the reason that this stuff is the reason for prices of items going down. And I don't know if that's the case. I mean, we don't know if that's the case. That's a fact. We simply don't know. Because I could easily make the argument that yeah, you know what? For whatever reason, players decided to sell, and that caused a cascading effect, right? Players came in, they decided to sell, they lowered the prices of items. Another player saw that the price was going down and freaked out and sold it too. There's no direct way to track it back to the gold buying or gold selling individuals other than through what Jagex knows internally. So us as players, we don't have that information. We know that it has to have some impact, but we don't know how big of an impact. So if people are talking about, I think oath breaker was an item, or oath keeper or something. People are saying like, oh, the prices are going down because of bots. The prices are going up because of bots. But like, we're never gonna know that. So that's like isn't that just like a lazy assumption? You see massive influxes of item volumes on new items though. So like, yeah, we can attribute that to bots. Or you could attribute it to bots but like to what degree? How do we know that there's just not players that have been hoarding, massive items, investing in massive items for years now, and just all started to unravel their positions? You get what I'm saying? Like my question really is like, I guess it comes down to like determining like how big of a bot issue is this? Like, is this gamers freaking out because I don't even know. Like, why are people upset with bots being in the game? Is it mostly because they think that like, if a bot has an item that they have, their item is less valuable? Like, why do people hate bots is my main question. Just because they're not real players? Like, why do you not like bots? Let's see. Oath plate, which he's referring to, was botted to absolute hell. And so that's a problem. So the main reason that's a problem for people is that if they have an oath plate, the value of their oath plate, their bank value goes down, right? But how do we know how much of that value that it went down is because of bots? Like, what if it is being botted, okay? And people see that it's being botted, so people sell it before the bots can sell it. And now the problem isn't the bots, the problem is people trying to get ahead of the bots. And wouldn't that same logic work out whether or not there's bots or not? So there would be less activity for items. There would be less volumes for items. But like, I don't know if the mechanics of prices going up and down would change. Let's see. They get 200 mil XP and they get top KC. Okay, that's a great reason. So you're going to try to compete against. You're trying to compete against these bots, and it's not a fair. Well, wait. Does it? I guess I'm thinking about like the group, and you guys are gonna have to educate me here, right? Because like you guys have way more experience in RuneScape than I do, so I'll definitely take that in. But like, this is the part like I really am intrigued in is like, do people? I can understand that like in some of the games where it's like a grouped activity and some bot is just like finishing at the top of the kill board and getting or not the kill board, but like the damage leaderboard or whatever, and getting more potential reward drops. Bots automatically overflow the supply portion of the economy. But just because if bots overflow the supply, which they do, there's no question. They definitely do. But how much of that supply? So like if 1 million oath plates were sold, how much of that is botting related? And also the buyers, because the botters are only are botters also buying items and flipping items? Because if the bots are selling and real world players are buying, then they're interacting with the bots anyway, and the two parties are meeting in the middle. Because whoever's managing the bots wants to sell it for as much as they can, and whoever's buying, whatever real player's buying, wants to do it for however much they can. And so price discovery is still happening. It's just not happening amongst players. It's not happening amongst 100% players. Bots are involved. People don't like cheating. So what? People don't like other people cheating. Like, okay, but like, I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't want, I get what you guys are saying, but like, maybe from what I've experienced so far, like, what does it matter to me what another bot does? other than, I mean, we can argue about prices on economy stuff, but like if another bot is cheating, why does that matter for me? You know what I mean? And I guess one of the main reasons why I'm so intrigued on these discussions is because we're about to be in a world where AI is about to take over, and the bot problem's not going away, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get way worse, and it's going to get way worse fast. You know, so that I think having these discussions or just preparing for whatever this future is going to be are important items. You know, I wish I didn't have to click the seed. Maybe I don't have to click the seed to do that. I can water it. Okay, let's keep it going real quick.
Actually, they are doing something. Now, you could say, they're still not probably doing enough. They were definitely doing the absolute bare minimum, and, like, the high scores were filling up, like, top pages with bots. Like, ranks 5 through, like, 50 on, like, these super, super high-profit bosses were all botted. These days, it's looking a little bit brighter, so that's at least good, but we need to address the demand side, too, since the sellers only have an incentive to gather all this wealth because of those players who buy it off them. So the main reason that bots are running is to generate GP for real-world trade purposes, to sell it. So, for sure, and I've been saying this for a while on stream, it's much less about just, like, banning bots is like bailing water off the ship. Like, yeah, that's great. But the hole that's leaking water into the ship, that's the people buying gold, right? They're the ones poking holes in the ship, right? Because they're the whole cause for water coming into the boat, right? Like, the water stops coming into the boat if there's no more hole in the ship, right? So the people buying the gold are the holes in the side of the ship, which is really what the focus should be on more so than bailing water out of the ship, because that's only going to temporarily work. There's going to be more water. There's an endless supply of 100%. Water in the fucking ocean.
Bots are not stopping.
It's not going to go anywhere. So buying gold off a real-world trader is already very clearly against the rules, but historically we've treated the buyers more leniently than the sellers when issuing penalties for real-world trading, which has never made sense to me. It does when you think about it, because the gold buyers are the ones that keep playing the game. If you ban a bot, they're just going to come back. They're going to pay for membership, so there's a clear incentive there to ban them no matter what. But
okay. This is where this is where I like that he's getting into some good stuff. When we start talking about incentives, because the main argument I'm saying here is that bots are getting worse and they're not going away. So why are we trying to fight this? Why are we trying to fight against this wave? You know what I mean? Like, I guess from my perspective is that if at the end of the day, if Jagex is dedicating resources to fight against bots, like, I could make the argument, and I know I'm going to be in the minority, but I could make the argument that those funds would be better used to be able to either generate more content or provide more customer support, or, fix endless holes that could be fixed, right? There's always ways to make improvements. So, like, my question is, like, if we're fighting against, a nonstop wave, why are we fighting it in the first place? And I kind of feel like there is a legitimate argument to be made that if the player base itself is saying that we don't want this, then that's a good enough reason to fight it. Okay? Now, that's a good reason to proceed forward. But that may not be a winning strategy in the long run. That may not be something that you can deliver to your customers forever. And I think gaming companies know this, So when we start talking about the potential, it's not a solution as in a good or bad outcome. But what I start to think about, if I was, an owner of a gaming company or investing in a gaming company, I would start to go down this narrative of aligning incentives. How can we align incentives between the three major parties, which is there is a demand for real world trading by players, period. Because, like, if there wasn't a demand for real world for buying GP, then bots would not exist, because there's no point in bots. There's no point in doing a bot at that point, at least not for money. You're just doing it, just for fun, I guess. And that's another thing. But, there's no real major, the incentive is economic. It's a financial gain for someone to run a bot. But that gain, there's two sides of that coin. Someone has to exist to demand that service, which is telling me that that there is a large portion of the RuneScape community that is putting money into the system to play their game for whatever reason that they have, and that money is just being traded back and forth between the botters and the players. And I think it would be better set up if there was a type of like three-way system where incentives could be aligned between the people that want to do real world trading, the players who don't want it, and Jagex. And I don't know what a potential solution is, but like just to theory craft different ways. What are the incentives that make all these parties happy? Botters, players want to be able to sell GP for real world money. Okay, that's what would make botters happy. Jagex wants to keep customers happy while also earning revenue. And customers, aka like normal players, they want to have and enjoy a joyful experience. So at the end of the day, Jagex does have a financial incentive allowing bots to happen. But that is balanced against the idea of the player base being upset. Okay, botters are risking, their account and their time and some financial risk by getting banned, and would like for that to be allowed, or for some portion of it to be allowed. The question just is like, we see what the incentives are for both the developer and for the botter. We don't know what the incentive is for the community. What it can or will the community ever be persuaded to allow something to happen if they're giving something in return? You know what I mean? I guess at the end of the day, as we're saying, can we loop in the community to make them happy or make them willing to allow this stuff to happen? Many games get destroyed from cheating and botting. That's very true. But I'm just trying to get down to the specifics in terms of like, what is the element that destroys? You know what I mean? I mean, anti-cheating / botting has been a losing battle since the dawn of gaming, which is true, and it's getting worse, right? So like, why are we fighting this current? I mean, this is a good question for everybody. In a world where AI can be used to like literally play your game for you, and we're in that world now, and it's going to get worse. Does that disincentivize you to play the game? And I think for a game like RuneScape, there are elements of where it does and where it doesn't. But there are other games like, let's say, competitive shooters, where there's a direct disincentive. You don't want to be playing against a bot because it's not a fair game. It's not a fair competition. And you can argue, like, if bots are running around in RuneScape, why is that unfair? And then we start talking about the economy stuff again, and we go back down this loophole. But we don't ever solve the problem, because I think we don't ever solve the problem because, like, I think Jagex would be happy getting bot revenue. I think the botters would be happy if they were allowed to bot and sell gold. The question is just, how do you make the community happy? And if we don't ever figure out that answer, then there never is a solution, and we just keep replaying this same scenario that we do for years and years and years, over and over and over in our heads, I don't know. Let's see him talk about incentives now.
In gold, you're paying customers. So banning them it's a lot worse than banning bots. So there's more incentive to bail water out than actually fix the problem, right? And bailing water helps. I'm not going to say it is good that they ban bots, but that shouldn't be the focus. As part of our clampdown on those gold farming bots and the harm they do to old school RuneScape, we're now taking a harsher line against players caught buying gold from them. If you're buying your gold that way, please don't expect to get away with just a warning. Our agents will issue bans, temporary or permanent, depending on the situation, even for first offenses, as well as confiscating items from the offenders. Okay, so this is this a bunch of cap? This is the important sentence. Because, and this is what I have heard, I don't buy gold, so I don't know, but I have heard, allegedly, that when you buy gold, you would get a 1 to 2 week ban, and then they would remove the cash stack if you let it sit there until you got banned.
The day that Jagex endorses botting on that level is the day you cancel your sub. I feel you. I'm just asking why. Like what is the underlying root cause? Just because you don't want to play with bots? Because we already are playing with bots, right?
But let's say you went and bought a Zerite crossbow with that shiny cash stack. Oh, they won't take that away from you. Or let's say, I don't know, you put it in the blast furnace coffer. Or whatever. As long as you put that money anywhere else, they weren't taking it away. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's just what I've heard, like hearsay. So,
yeah, I mean, there's only so far that they can go, right?
Are they actually going to track where that money's going and actually take the item away?
Is it worth their time to do that?
That's pretty important because as it was, well, I only need to buy gold one time. Let me buy 500 mil, get the ban, get the 2-week vacation. I was going to, quit RuneScape temporarily anyways. Maybe this just timed out right. And I put my money into a Zerite crossbow. So, sweet. Win-win-win. I take my 2-week ban. I won't do it again. And I got 500 mil. Like, no consequences whatsoever. Like, yes, you can't play the game temporarily, but that is literally the only consequence. So the question is, are they actually going to follow through on any of this? The only way we're going to find out is hearing from people in the future that get banned. So very curious to see if they actually start punishing people. The other question too is, are they going to track people that mule? Because muling is a huge thing. If you buy gold, even if they at least do the bare minimum of checking if you put it in a coffer or if you bought items, is there still going to be a workaround where you can mule with other accounts, like just trade it to an alt to avoid getting? I don't know. We'll see. It's very important that they follow through properly. They also mention temporary or permanent depending on the situation. So I don't know if that's like the quantity of gold you bought or something. They really need to be leaning towards perm bans. They really need to be doing that. Because,
but it doesn't solve the problem.
The wrist, at least at the bare minimum, if they take away your items and you don't get away with it for free and then still enjoy the benefits of buying the gold, like, that's something. They really need to lean towards perm bans and just, like, scorched earth the gold buyers, because that is where all of this market comes from. It's the real root. It's the root of the tree here. Like, that's what needs to be chopped out, or else it'll just keep... The bots are never going to stop coming back. Never, ever,
But
ever.
even if you do that, the bots are not going to stop.
There's nothing that's going to stop them. I'm also very curious.
Because there's always going to be gold buyers.
Like, they've been hiring people and making changes to the systems in the background. I'm curious if they're actually going to start banning for servicing. They do ban for services, I think. But a lot of stuff is just, they haven't banned someone for buying an Inferno Cape in a long time. Like, many years. I have not heard of someone... And I hear about bad actors. Like, I hear about it through the grapevine. I haven't heard of anyone getting their Inferno Cape taken away in years. Honestly, the login services for stuff like Blorva is just, like... It's still a huge market, even with them, like, cracking down on the Discords and stuff like that. I'm curious to see if they start cracking down on services as well. This one is specifically about real-world trade. So I'm curious to see if that also includes things like services, if they're going to start cranking up the ban machine for that again. I think it's really lame that a bunch of people service... especially these cosmetic-specific items like Blorva that have nothing to do in the game. They don't give you any benefit except status. It really takes away from the status when people are buying these items.
That's the best argument.
I'm very curious if they're going to start banning for that, because it's just the worst.
That's the best argument. That's the best argument, is when it comes down to status. And you can easily argue that, like, part of your RuneScape journey and part of the enjoyment of the whole number go up is that you have been able to do something that is it's a marathon, right? You've been able to run that at marathon compared to other people. And you want to know, amongst the community, you want to know where you're standing in that. Maybe not everyone, but a lot of people want to know where you stand amongst all those other marathon runners. Are you finishing towards the beginning? For you, the journey is that I just want to complete the marathon. That's just that's saying something in itself. For others, it's like, I want to compete to be first in the marathon. For others, it's like, I just want to beat my own personal best. Like, for others, it's just because I want to be part of the experience. Like, so much of the community just it's different. The experience is different for everyone. The enjoyment is different for everyone, right? And that has to be the best argument. But that also is an intangible. Like, there's no way to like really ever value. There's no way to ever like calculate that, or to be able to say that that is a deliverable. That it's just part of the human experience. You know what I mean? And so like, while I understand that it is probably the most important argument, I also understand that you can't really value it. And if you can't value it, why does it, I guess, hold on. Why does it matter if you can't value it? Because then you don't know how much that of big of a problem that botting is. To what degree does botting take away status? That's the kind of conversations I want to be having, and everyone's going to have a different answer. But like, especially in a game that like toots its horn for like having some of the most important community involvement, like I think that status is like one of the most important things to do with all of RuneScape. And that's, I think, the perfect reason to start considering to continue the fight against botting, even if it's a losing fight in the long run. You know what I mean? That's the best argument I can make for it. Now, from a business standpoint, my thinking starts to go the way of, if this is eventually a flood that if this is a flood that can't be stopped, then you have to find a way to be able to reward the community to make up for the loss of status, right? And so like, to throw out a random idea, this will never ever happen, but to throw out a random idea, if Jagex could figure out who the botters were and say like, look, we're going to ban you, we're going to ban this account, but if you get caught being banned, you have to pay triple the monthly subscription fee to be able to, to be able to come off that ban list. If you come off the ban list, you don't bot anymore, then great, problem solved. You paid your dues, you paid your fee, you can be released from prison, right? That fee should then be split amongst Jagex. Should get a cut for providing the service. The benefit is that the botters are now free to either choose to try again or not lose that account. Or of course, if they try again, they get caught, then the fee goes up even more. You know what I mean? And then you need to reward the community. So what if, theoretically speaking, from these fees, this is making shit up, but something like bonds could be dropped as loot reward, as lootable rewards from monster drops, from skilling drops, from every facet of the game. You have a chance of potentially randomly getting a bond that you can then use to sell for GP yourself, or you could use to pay for your membership. So that way the community, I guess it is trading a little bit of that status, but it's trading it and not, it's at least receiving something in return rather than just giving away the status for nothing. Right? That's along the lines of thinking that I see like the future. I see future gaming companies experimenting with, but this is like 5-10 years out, because the AI stuff still needs to kind of prove itself. But that's the kind of journey I think this industry is going down in the future. So
I hate that. I hate that so much. It really brings, when I see someone with Blorva, I don't know if they bought it or not. It brings that like status down for me when I see someone with Blorva. I'm not like, exactly. Okay, someone with Blorva, a bit of a gamer in front of me. All right, my thought is like, okay, let me see if they bought it or not. Let me see if I can figure that out. Which is super lame. That shouldn't even be a thought in the back of my head. It's really annoying.
Learn, I kind of feel the same way. Part of me wants to think that the gaming industry, that this cycle that we saw with all the downfalls and all all the firings and all of like the uses of AI to take over like voice actors' jobs and creators' jobs. Maybe that is the end. Maybe it is over. You know, a part of me wants to hope that there's a way forward, but I do think there's a very good chance. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I chose RuneScape to play, is because like I was like, if this really is the end, then I want to play one of the games that's going to continue on or have a chance to survive this whole mess. Does that make sense? And so like obviously RuneScape running for as long as it is, like survival is in its is part of its DNA. It's survived this long. Like very few other games have survived this long. You know, is this really it? I mean, it could be. It could be. I mean, Microsoft freaking giving up on the Xbox and just going the software side. Maybe that's like one of the first signs of like this is all coming to an end. Maybe Nintendo and PlayStation are going to be like the last man standing kind of thing. But then, you know, once that circle closes, you know, the poison gets everyone. We're going to try for it. I don't think it's going to, I might be able to get it. We'll see. So I don't know. I hope it's not over. Because I love gaming so much. But like, these are the problems that we're going to have to deal with. And I don't know how we're going to tackle them, you know? We'll see. They can always remove trade again. And so if we take the argument that they always remove trade, or that they just remove trade, then you lose like one of the most important aspects of an MMO. You know, the ability to like, the whole idea of an MMO is to like simulate players interacting in this vast open world where no one can do any one thing, and you have to rely on the community. Like it's a living creature itself, right? And how does that living creature exist? Other than that, we're just playing single player games. We're just playing them in a world where we can see each other. We're not playing an MMO. You know what I mean? It would be equally as bad. It would be, yeah, it would be. And you can also make the flip side of the argument as well, which is that like, no, I was saying like you're losing the lifeblood of like an MMO, but like you can just argue that it's already been lost. Like with botting, you lost it because you're not ever getting a true player MMO. You know, you're not ever getting, you know, the true aspect of what an MMO was intended to be, you know? But I guess, see, I mean, can't we say the same thing about like the internet in general? Like, I would definitely easily say that like gaming was better when we weren't able to share solutions or quest helpers or, you know, YouTube videos on skilling, when players had to actually figure it out for themselves in that sense of discovery. But like we lost that a long time ago. And the gaming industry just adapted. Like it's never going to go back. That's why they're the golden years, right? The internet, you think the internet's going to go down to the drain too? Yeah. So I mean, we're kind of in Learn's world, it's all going down. Dead internet theory and it all. Like we're just enjoying the time we have left, I guess, right? From your perspective. And that's fair. I mean, that could be what happens, you know? That could actually be, you know, the real situation here. I hope it's not. I hope we evolve into something bigger and better. And I kind of feel like we will, just because like that's kind of been the path, the history, you know, of it all. The end credits coming in on Twitch. You can make the argument that the additions of the Grand Exchange removes the MMO interaction from player trading already. More than possible for items to be added to maintain supply and demand. More than possible for items to be added to maintain supply and demand. Removes the MMO interactions from a player trading already. Removes? I don't think I follow you there. I think what you're trying to say is that like the whole point of the MMO interaction was like you actually meeting the person in whatever city you were doing. Like you're actually interacting with another player, not physically, but spatially. and instead we've now just like turned it into a Excel spreadsheet type of interaction. I mean, yeah, that's a good. I could see that too. That like a really purist way of looking at it. That's yeah. I mean, I think that's a good point. Actually, now that I why am I refilling this? I'm done. I don't know why I did that, but all right. Wait. Oh shit, that was close. I could have just literally left. Okay, how much farming XP? Big drop.
Level up.
Hey,
Completed.
let's go. The farmer empties the fruit sack. It's filled with 100 fruit and provides you 2 bonus points. So now we have 60. Now we're 49 farming. Holy fuck, that was fast. Wait. Oh, we just jumped 1 level. It wasn't that much. Okay, 1 level's fine. Okay, really quick before we finish the video because it's almost done. It's almost done. What can I buy? You said to buy the weed. Have you any rewards? Let's look at this. I don't even know what these rewards look like. Oh yeah, these give you XP, don't they? It's 125. Yeah, bonus XP. Herb sack is how much? 250. Seed box. Auto weed for 50. Should I just buy the auto weed? What's herb box is like just like contains random herbs? No. Farmer boots. I could get the farmer's boots and keep adding XP to my... that's for later, right? I get the auto weed or no? What do you think? Do you plan on getting rewards from the farm? I'd recommend the watering can. Oh, good point. So like the question is if I'm going to be doing this farm more. That's a good point. Seed pack? What's a seed pack? Contains... Oh, just random seeds. Maybe the watering can. But the watering can is just like, it's like infinite or what? I could just use it in here or can I take it with me? It contains far more water than should fit in a small can. It's probably like the bottomless bucket, I'm assuming. Not, is that what it's called? Endless bucket? Bottomless bucket? I don't know, man. I don't know. 250. I really want these. Maybe I should just save for the herb in the sack. I really don't think the auto weed is that big of a problem. You know? I really don't think it's that big of a problem. Why is a grape seed here? Are grape seeds that important? Okay, well, we got a level. We got some points. We'll figure out what to do with the points if we keep stacking them, then we keep going. Let's get back onto the quest. And let me finish this video. What do we got? Like, got 5 minutes left, I think.
If you just hop around in the PvP worlds a little bit, you're going to see bot Inferno Cape after bot Inferno Cape. And at least there it kind of makes sense. They want max hits. And they don't do PVM, so that's why they're buying it. Like, that makes sense. But all the time I see people as well, like...
Hey, brother, is it hardcore? No, this is not my hardcore account. This is just a main. This is just a main.
Like, if it actually... Like, if this is a person who actually did something or not. A lot of times, like, with Coliseum quivers, you see people jump instantly to, like, 40k, 45k glory on their first attempt. From, like, no glory high scores to instantly 45k. Like, oh, you just first attempt, one shot, like, did a speed run 20-minute quiver? Oh, dang. Wow, that's impressive. Damn, you're really, really good. Yeah, surely. We see bot quivers all the time.
Novus,
Bot
what's going
everything.
on,
So many
Novus?
services are getting...
You're catching up on us. We're in the middle of... Well, I was doing some farming, so we're listening to this No Monkey video about real-world trading and just having a little discussion, but it's actually wrapping up, so you might have to catch it in the VOD.
Abused and have not been getting banned for a long time. A long time ago, they used to ban and take away Inferno Capes, but at some point, they just kind of stopped like trying, it seems like, because for years and years, they just haven't been doing that. And I think a big reason for this, again, is that incentive is just, it's minimal. Because the negative effect these people have on the game is the status of an item is lessened. It's not like that's not like the end of the civilized world. But if you perm someone who's played the game a lot and manages to get the gear to service like Blorva or something of that tier, these are long-term players. You don't really want to perm them.
It's a pain
Jagex
quest because I
doesn't
keep
really
having
have
to
the
wait.
Incentive in that to go perming them either. Kind of the same thing as the gold buyers. So this gives me hope that also is going to include a little bit more work towards the servicers as well. One of the things I've seen people say a little bit, I've seen this spread. It's not a super common talking point, but I see it mentioned sometimes.
Kelda stuff.
Is that like Jagex are being hypocritical because they offer bonds, as an option to buy gold. The reason Jagex started selling bonds, it was a genius level play. It's to compete with the gold sellers, right? And the reason Jagex wants to compete with them is because, for one, it gives them control over that market. It gives them control. They can regulate things.
See, this is my point. This is my point. Is like Jagex. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious that these things exist. That this outside market exists because of this game, and Jagex should have a piece of it. I mean, it's part of their game. Like it is what it is. It exists. It's not going to disappear, right? Unless the game dies, and if the game dies, all markets die. But like, if the reason why they did bonds is exactly that, to be able to compete against or compete alongside the gold sellers, right? My thing is just that, like, why are they only choosing to compete against the gold sellers? Why aren't they choosing to compete against the people that are selling accounts? Or my point is that, like, it never ends. It never ends. It just keeps evolving, right? And I guess I would say that them issuing the bond, I mean, you tell me, guys, because I haven't used a bond yet, but like, I would make the argument that like the player community kind of is the one that got screwed with the release of the bond. You know, so did the botters, I guess. Like Jagex now gets to compete against the botters. Botters now have more competition, so they lose. And what do the players get out of it? Like the ability to buy a bond, but you could already buy the ability to trade gold, to be able to participate in that economy. Like now you are able to buy gold, quote unquote, buy gold officially, right? So Jagex is then saying, by doing the bonds, they're saying that this market is good or has good aspects, and players will benefit from those aspects. We just want them to benefit from us. You see what I'm saying? I don't know anyone who dislikes bonds. So everyone loves bonds? Why do people like bonds? Because they can buy gold. So then what you're saying, if they tell me I'm wrong. Maybe there's another reason why they like gold. If they like gold, I mean, if they like bonds because they like being able to buy gold without punishment, then what they're saying, what the community is saying, is that there's no problems with botting because they're providing the service. It's like saying I love oil, but I hate the drooling of oil. It's like you can't have one without the other. So you're willing to accept some bargain in the middle, right? Let's see. Same with Wild Gold. When I'm not wrong. Yeah, Wild Gold for sure. Oh yeah. There was a way to make IRL cash. There's someone who's going to abuse it. Like I would argue. I don't know what's happening right now in the game, by the way. I would argue that like you were saying right now, the way to make IRL cash. I really need to have the chat stay up longer on the screen. Apologies for that. I'll fix it on a future screen so you guys can read like old stuff. I would argue that the ability to make real world cash isn't from like it spawns from the game being created. The game provides that opportunity. Players are just it's just an evolution of the economy of the game. The economy of the game is both internal and external. Just like for those of us who are in the US, there is an economy for dollars inside the United States that you buy and sell trades, goods, and services. There is also economy outside of the US for dollars that you're doing on other sides of the world in other countries. Like the existence of the dollar, the existence of the country, the existence of the game means that these things can and will happen. So if they will happen, shouldn't we working for ways to be able to maybe not make everyone happy, because you're never going to be able to make everyone happy, but just, I don't know, to evolve this system to make it better? You know, because no one's happy. Very few people are happy with it right now. Am I right? The biggest boon for the player base was buying memberships with in-game currency. Okay, well, let me think about that. That's absolutely correct. Hold on. But I'm trying to think about what that means. So players are willing if a person okay, so what they're saying what a player is saying then is they're saying like I'm okay with allowing other people. Well, no. I mean all they're saying is that like I'll trade you my time instead of my dollars, which helps populate an MMO, right? So I guess the bond existing cannot have any aspect in, like, you don't have to have a trade-off because the trade-off isn't on the player side. The trade-off is on Jagex's side. Either Jagex chooses to do it to fight it or not. And players now have the ability to give their time instead of give their dollars. But Jagex could have done that anyway, right? I mean, I guess I'm throwing off a tangent. You guys got me there. The issue with real world trading for OSRS was less about botting and more about the system being susceptible to scamming. Ooh, okay. Now we're talking. Okay. I actually don't know. I always hear about all of this stuff about scamming with OSRS, but I don't, to me, when people say scamming, the only thing that I really know is the whole thing about like you would trade the trading inventory would pop up and all of a sudden you would click accept and someone would move the item and you got their item and you didn't get anything in return, or they got your item and you didn't get anything in return. That is my knowledge of what scamming in this game is. But if any of you have like other examples, no weapon equipped. If any of you have other examples of what scamming happens in RuneScape, I'd love to hear it. I mean, gold selling, not botting. Jagex hates bots. The first time, I just want to know. I just want to know why. I want to like kind of like get to the kernel of like, okay, they hate bots. Tell me specifically why they hate bots. Do they hate bots because the community hates bots and the community is their customers? Do they hate bots because it takes more resources away from them to be able to fight against other things that the bots are doing? Like, I want to know the reasons, and then like what reasons are more important than other reasons, you know, like the hierarchy of it all. What are we doing? Find a green stone and a yellow stone in the storage box. Okay, we got a little mini game here. How the hell? So we got these pieces we have to use, or what? Set junction. Okay, is that how it works? Oh, wait. I guess I did it right because the cart is going to take me somewhere. Oh, okay, so it's going to have to play this game multiple times to get across, and I don't know where I'm going. So I'm going here. This is the exact map. Okay, hold on. I don't think I think they don't like bots because it annoys real players and they might leave the game if there are too many bots. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So now the problem isn't a Jagex thing. It is how the community responds. And so then the player base is mad at botting because it takes away status from the items that are being botted. Right? Is that right? There's nothing more inside this box, so I messed up. Oh, I got an extra piece. So I have to go. Oh, I see. So I got to go. I don't know what. Okay, so then. Okay, so I'm going to go get another piece. Is that what's going to happen? You don't have many. Wait, what did I do? Is this correct? Oh, wait, I think I see. Do I need to get to this spot here? I don't think I did this right. Maybe. Oh, let's see what happens on the other end. Let me know. Let me move to YouTube chat. Feel free, man. Come on over to YouTube. Regarding botting, people use bots to cheat, like take advantage of exploits for gold farms or real world trading. Basically, you can basically a can of worms for Jagex. Yeah, but my main argument was that like this botting situation is not going to go away. So like, what do we do about it? You know what I mean? What does Jagex do about it? What does the player base do about it? Like, I personally think at the end of the day that if the community doesn't like, no, voice itself. Can I do this? I guess I can't do that. That's not correct. Hold on. Sorry, guys. In the middle of a conversation and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. What do these equal signs and X mean? I mean, that's going to take me right to the X. Is that where I'm supposed to go? Like X marks the spot or X dies? I think I do. Let's see. I think it's like a grind out. Let's say 1K hosers and then you see bots doing the work without work. It makes you feel like your time was wasted. Yeah. So yes, status for sure. Status for sure. Cause why grind when the bots can do it so easily? But isn't that going to continue being the case? Like, that still doesn't, like, that's not going. Oh, am I sneaking? Is that what's happening? Oh, look at this. Oh, I'm listening. I'm listening to this quest. Oh shit. Okay. I should stay and listen a little bit longer. Okay, let them talk it out while we read this chat. Jagex was very aggressive strategies for banning bots. It's been back and forth for years. Don Mexico popping in the chat. Yeah, so that's what we were watching right now. It's like a video from No Monkey from like a month ago where Jagex decided to like now go against players that are buying, not just buying gold, not just selling gold. And like, I kind of just see it like a yin and a yang, right? Because like the more popular a game gets amongst gamers, period, the more botting and real world money activity there will be because of the fact that players are there, right? The question is just like in all scenarios, in all other games, most of the time, that cycle starts with the game going viral, players getting hot, real world money and botters coming in, and then that makes the players upset. So then player numbers drop, which means botting drops, which means the game dies. And there's never this ever. I'm trying to see, is there a world in which an MMO economy or any type of video game economy can propel itself to exist into the future forever, right? Because my theory is that game or that economy or however you want to put it will exist at one point or another. And I think learning from the past examples of games like WoW, games like RuneScape, games like, I mean, honestly, like some crypto games like fantasy sports, games along those lines. I think when you start to put all these pieces together and see how like these whole systems have been evolving, I kind of feel like that's just what's going to happen. That we're going to come to this real idea of like a forever game where players are like contributing. Oh, I need to get to the X. Because I just went to the X, right? And the X was a cutscene. Okay. So let's go down here really quick. Does that give me? Yes. So I'm going to get more pieces to get to the X. Got it. Like Jagex almost had to shut down the game because of real world trading. True. They did almost. But like, see, this is where it even gets more fascinating for me, which is like them almost having to shut down the game was a consequence of players in a virtual economy having real world legal and ethical problems to solve. A digital economy, a digital game, a game that exists in numbers and zeros, has real world effects on people's lives. Isn't that like that already is a thing? That's already happening. You know what I mean? So like my point is like this MMO genre and other like games with in-game economies, like if that's already happening, if the country of, not Peru, what was the country? Oh my God. South of China. It's the islands over there in the China, Japan region. What country am I thinking about? that got really hot with Axie Infinity. Like the government of not, oh my God, what country am I thinking of? I'm so blanking. The government of the country had to put out a notice to their tax division of the government that players were making money playing this game called Axie Infinity with cryptocurrency, and that the income that they were making from that game needed to be taxed. In other words, a world government was making an argument that video game economies have real world consequences and thus should be subject to, laws and regulations of said country. That's nuts. That's already happening. My theory is that it's going to keep happening, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as gaming evolves. If what Learn said is not correct, if gaming does die this cycle because of AI and because of players just like growing out of the habit or whatever, the new generation not picking up on it, whatever, AI taking over, the dead internet theory, however you want to put it. If all of that is really true and that happens, then it doesn't matter. But my argument is that if gaming continues, then these situations will get bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where there will be an MMO economy that will generate more economic value than some small countries in the world. And that might already kind of be the case. I actually thought that was going to be the answer. Hold on. Oh no, I already got the answer. Okay, cool. There it is. The Philippines. Thank you, Don Mexico. I mean, it's mainly fishing. I don't think it's crazy. That's already true with OSRS. Exactly. My point is that plenty of blogging groups make 6 figures USD. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have enough info on that. I would love to know, how much they're making and what they're doing. Because I think it's kind of one of these things where, like, I don't think the botters are ever going to give up, which means Jagex and the player base needs to adapt, or sadly, we're talking about popularity dying and the game ends, right? But of course, this is just me speculating on nerdy economy stuff, and we don't need to go that dramatic on all this stuff. I just like having these kinds of conversations, and I like pushing y'all's buttons, to be quite honest, because I can make both sides of the story. I'm both sides of the argument, and I like that. The UK Court of Appeals were just a rule that, yes, exactly. That's what I saw that brought this up. It was, what's his name? What's the name of the content creator? Starts with the letter B. He does that like daily show where he like talks about the topic and then he talks about like clips of the community. What's the name? Not Bartholomew. I'm forgetting. You guys know who I'm talking about. Mod Jed the Rat. So yeah, Mod Jed. Okay, so holy shit, what am I doing here? Click the mark junctions until you've got the green piece in. Wait, where the hell am I going with this? Hold on, am I doing this right? Use the dwarven machinery. Click the mark junction until you got the green piece in. Oh, wait, it's even telling me here what to do. I wasn't even reading this. Click the OK button. All right. Shit, I could have just read that the entire time. Rot was a blight for so long. So they were doing real world trainings. That way people are upset at them. Behemoth. That's his name. That's what it is. Yeah, so like in that one, like, see, that's another episode, like criminal activity for sure. I mean, first off, the fact that the UK government has to argue whether first thing they have to establish is whether or not there is digital items are property, right? If they're digital, can they actually be property? And the answer is yes. I mean, crypto already proves that. Bitcoin and Ethereum already exist. They're not going away. Digital items, they existed long before crypto. But crypto was kind of like the final nail in the coffin where the world kind of has no choice but to accept it. So that case is proven. Like in the U.S., there's like tax law case about gold selling in runes in World of Warcraft back in the early 2000s, which was like the IRS and the U.S. government and the IRS did rule that the selling of gold represented income, which means that yellow, okay, which means they're literally talking about that this is property, so if it is property, where's this thing taking me? Yellow piece again. All right, here we go. We're getting out. People usually just write it off as income. Jed would help them DDoS during tournaments. Oh, fuck. See, that's where we just get into like some more like, and we're talking about real world stuff, man. This is real world stuff. And my argument is just that like, yeah, I mean, it already is here. So it's like, what are we going to do about it? Let's see. Yeah. And also that he was selling it, like he was selling it for crypto. He was selling it for Bitcoin. I think it was like the hacked accounts. The Red Axe Director again, not just botted some boss, And Jed Manley went to accounts and stole gold. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Like that guy's going to be in some massive, massive problems. Definitely would like to learn a lot more about that case. I have no clue what's happening there, but yeah, we'll just have to see, man. We'll have to see. Either way, I'll stop boring you guys. I'll stop boring you with all of this. But yeah, I think it's just exciting. I love this shit. I love this shit. I maybe I'm an optimist. Maybe he learns right about, the bots being the end of all this. I mean, I don't know. I think it's 50-50. But I just tend to be an optimist and kind of feel like we're going to evolve and get to a better spot sooner or later. But yeah, we're going to have to go through some hardships. But maybe that's the reason why we have these kind of conversations to like discuss about what could be, There was an earlier mod that got in hot water for direct gold farming, mod reach. See, that's even... I don't know, man. I just don't think... And maybe this is wrong, and this is definitely my bias, but I kind of feel like, oh, fuck, I just got hit. I just got hit with some mage spell. I don't like this. Oh, he just sent me back. I don't remember what, though. Okay, report back to the commander. So we're just going to make up stuff. Let's see. Where's that commander at? All right, he's over here. Let's do this. Oh, I had the music turned off because we were watching the video. There we go. I need more water, but it is late. I should probably finish this quest. I was hoping to do multiple quests. Didn't know that this one's going to be that long. And granted, we went slow. We did do other stuff. We did the farming stuff. Maybe I should have bought that auto thing. I don't know. I kept the points. Yeah, guys. It's fascinating shit, man. I have just seen these different waves over the different eras of like this idea of like professional gaming, quote unquote, like gaming as a profession evolving, from one thing to another. And it just keeps evolving is what I've seen over these past 20, 25, 30 years. 35 years that I've been gaming. Holy shit. Yeah, I think it was like 5 around that age. I totally would have played Duck Hunt for money if I could have. Just kidding. Yeah, man, I don't know. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was my little nerd session for the week. What am I doing here? You can buy a kebab. You can buy one from the Northeast shop. Oh, damn it. I don't have it. Oh, I could buy it there in the food shop. Cool. For 1 gold. 1 gold? What the hell? Yes, I have definitely heard of Maple Story. 100%. Yeah. didn't get a chance to do too much research on MapleStory. It was on the to-do list because MapleStory had released a Web3 version of their game. It actually had been a while. Is this the food store? Wrong one. Maybe it's the one south of me. It's over here. They had released, I think, on the Polygon blockchain. And I was going to look into it and get into all that, but I just never did. Yeah, I just never did. So, eat the kebab in the pub. Okay, that's what it wanted me to. The botting is so bad there. Yeah. Players just hate bots. It just is what it is. I don't know if anything's ever going to turn that around. I mean, not that it has to, but maybe just, like I said, maybe botting's going to kill gaming for real this time. Maybe it is an existential crisis. I mean, if sports betting is an indicator that indication they will fully monetize gaming in the next 5 years and try to suck every last dollar out of it. Yeah, I mean, I would argue. I'm just arguing that's going to happen no matter what. The question is like, how does gaming evolve? How does gaming evolve? You know what I mean? Maybe it doesn't survive. We can't play. I mean, we can't play some parts of the game because there's so many different bots. That's fair. That's fair. Those are definitely good reasons. And like, those are definitely good reasons. My thing is that like, I look at like a game like chess, right? And like, obviously we have bots that like can beat Magnus Carlsen. They're like the best chess players in the world. And that really doesn't stop the chess community from going forward. Of course, they're only playing against themselves in real tournaments unless they're playing online tournaments, right? But like that game doesn't stop. And if that game doesn't stop, you know, doesn't that mean that I just believe in a world where AI takes over everything, bots, actual robots in the real world taking over jobs and AI taking over, desk jobs or computer jobs or whatever. Like, quest completed. I don't even know what we got, man. I don't even know what we got. Forgotten Table. We got to go look at that real quick. What did we get for the Forgotten Tale? It doesn't tell you what the rewards are? You're killing me, bro. You're killing me. Man, I normally call it out too. That sucks. I didn't expect that to be the very end of the game. But oh well. I guess we missed it. Okay. I mean, anyone want to go do Temperos real quick? I can probably do a couple runs, but actually, you know what? No, it is late. We should probably really call it there. We really should call it there. What were we talking about again before? About the bots grinding. Let's see. You want to play some parts of the game that makes it difficult? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not saying that bots should be allowed to run free. I'm just saying like, what are we gonna do about it? In a world of AI and robots taking everything, I just think like human interactivity is gonna be like at a premium. So it's just like I still think we're all gonna want to play games when AI is around. I just think we're gonna want to know when we're playing. I think there's going to be plenty of times when we only want to be playing with real players. And I think there will be a premium for that. As in like, ask yourself this. Would you pay double the RuneScape subscription fee if you knew there was absolutely no bots in the game? Would you pay double? Like, maybe not even double. Would you pay more, period? And like, I think the answer is yes. And I think as bots become more of a problem, that's going to even be more and more valuable that you know that you're playing with humans, right? See, triple. So like, my point is that so there is value to this human and human interaction. There is. And I just think that value is going to keep going up as these bots problems become bigger and bigger. You know what I mean? So like all these things about like real world, like what's the RuneScape one called? Where like the like real world like con, like the what is it, like RuneCon, or I don't know, RuneScape Fest or Runes Fest or something. Like all that shit is gonna be awesome. Because in a world of AI, I still think we're gonna want to play games. I just think we're gonna want to interact with people more than we do now. And the more bots become a problem, the more we want real people. I think that's naturally what's going to happen. But I also think there's going to be some balance, right? I think there's going to be some balance. Actually not, because $40 a month to click rocks is insane. Well, maybe not $40 a month, but like you get my point. Like a little $5 more. Would you pay $5 more? You would. Everyone would. And then in 10 years, if bots gets worse, everyone would pay $10 more, $15 more, $30. It'll just keep going because that value is important. And the more people just realize how important it is, the more time goes on, the more the bots take over the world. You know? So welcome to the doom and gloom stream, which is today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. We did one quest. We did get some farming XP. We did get some hunter XP. We did plant some trees. So it's not like we didn't do nothing. But like I said at the very beginning of this grind that I was like, today's a questing day. I want to knock out like 3-4 quests. And we got one done. But of course, I didn't know that this quest was going to make us wait. Like there was like twice that we had to wait for 15 to 20 minutes. And then since we waited, we got into other things, so on and so forth. It is what it is. Nice 50-year mortgage. Dude, are there even going to be homes for people to buy? You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, that's the world we're living in. I don't know if you're paying attention at all right now, but like supposedly like there's some economic calamity right now in Japan. Their bond markets are going through the roof and stuff that hasn't happened in like, 50 to 100 years type of activity. So maybe we're going to get all the Japanese players coming in here farming gold. Who knows? But yeah, it's going to be an interesting ride, and I'm going to be here along for it. I'll put it that way. I'll rent a storeroom in a data center. You're going to be living in a you're going to be living there. Data centers will then have, this is literally turning into the like Ready Player One world where it's like, you're going to be living in the data center right next to your terminal, connected to like the fastest source you can get, and in a like 10 by 10 little box, and that's just where we're going, people. God save us all. God save us all. I don't know. We are in a simulation. Well, people, I can't get a good angle here at all. I don't even know why they put that GE thing there that blocks all the angles. But we don't want to watch that guy, do we? I guess. Well, we have to. Either way, I think this is going to be Stryker signing off. We're about to we're going to become batteries in the Matrix. I think we already are. We are batteries feeding the RuneScape virtual world economy, however you want to call it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a good stream. I had fun. We did a little bit of stuff. We got some stuff done. Till next time, everyone. This is going to be Stryker signing off. Again, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, give me a subscribe. Come check us out. Hopefully we're going to be coming on, definitely want to be coming on a few times a week, 3-4 times if I can, but I probably should get on some type of schedule. Now that work's picking up, it might be a little easier for me to figure out what that schedule is going to be, but I don't have one yet. I'm kind of just playing it willy-nilly. But as soon as we do, I'll make sure to keep you guys posted. But thanks for hanging out. Hell, if you even want to be more of a badass, jump over to Kick or Twitch and subscribe there. Or hell, go through some of the old VODs and just hit the thumbs up button on all of them just because you can. This is going to be it. Stryker signing out. Y'all have a good one. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.